the next speaker here. Coach Gibson is the longest probably tenured O-line coach, I think, right now in the CFL. I think he's been around the league the longest. He's been an offensive coordinator. He's been an O-line coach. He's been a youth sport head coach. So he's done it all. And if you've done any work in the CFL, you always kind of check out his film to see what he's doing with his guys, to see how he's handling all the new stuff and everything. And he does an awesome job everywhere he's been. He's done a great job with his guys. So look forward to having him on tonight to talk a little bit. Go ahead, Coach.
Oh, thank you very much. Before I share the screen, I'll just tell a couple little stories here. Wiles, this is your first cool clinic in Canada. This is what this is. This is a cool clinic way back when. And I look on the screen here, and it's funny. Marty, John, and Stephen, I've coached in all those places you've been. And John, you're getting a room that's used to taking notes, so you'll be up.
I got you. Love it.
They'll do a good job for you there. And I look and I see Dominic Picard, one of the better players. I'll say it, Dominic. He was one of the hardest working players I ever had, and I mean that sincerely. I love coaching him because he embodies all the things you said, Coach, about toughness, attitude, effort, and everything like that. And then I see Chris Sweet, who at one time I was in Calgary. I went there initially as the running back coach, and then Chris was the line coach, and then he ended up going to Sask, and that's how I became the line coach in Calgary. And then I see Jamie Barisi here, and I know Jamie from the States, and Jamie and I worked together in Sask, so a lot of familiar faces and everything. And Paul, you and Rick, I think you do this is a great thing. It really is. And I came on, I expected to speak at 7, but I wanted to hear what everybody had to say. And now it's after 8 my time, which I know is after 10 your time. So I'll get started here. I won't keep you guys a real long time. My topic tonight is the wide zone. And I've really enjoyed the 3 presentations about the techniques and skills and everything. And what I thought I would do when Paul asked me to speak is to give you a play. And, I want to differentiate between the wide zone and the outside zone. I think they're 2 entirely different plays. On the outside zone, we're trying to reach people and we're trying to get to the edge. On the wide zone, we're trying to give you the illusion that we're trying to get outside and we're trying to slice the defense. That's our philosophy on it. And, different places I've been, we've run this play, and some places I've been, we haven't run this play. And the reason being is this, and I'll just, when I was in Edmonton the last 4 years, and in Edmonton, we had big offensive linemen for the CFL. I mean, our right guard was 6'11". Our center of the first 2 years was 6'7", and they were big bodies. So that's the way we went. And they were good athletes for their size, but in Hamilton now, I think I have more, I want to say, normal Canadian-sized linemen and maybe a little bit more athletic. So we're going to feature this play. This is going to be a play that they haven't run in the past, but we're going to run it. In 2012, when I was the line coach in Calgary, 2012 and 13, we had John Cornish, and some of you will remember that name. I think one of the best running backs personally to ever play in the CFL. And John led the league those 2 years in rushing. One year he had almost 1,500 yards, and the second year he had over 1,800. And I promise you that the wide zone was 60% of those runs. I mean, we were committed to it. And, I think it takes a back that has some patience. I use the term slow to the hole, fast through it. And John understood what I meant. Give the offensive lineman time to get on their blocks. And then once you make that read, you now go fast. And he did a great job with that. So, just a little bit of my background. He said, I didn't realize that, Marty, but you're probably right. I probably am the dean as far as age goes. This will be my 43rd year of coaching. I coached down south for 25 years, and this will be my 18th season in the CFL. And the only reason I say those things is because for 28 years, there's certain things I believe in, okay? And I'm going to go, I'll die believing in these things. And I've been fortunate enough to have players who bought in and who will, drink the Kool-Aid, so to speak. And I've been fortunate enough to work for head coaches who bought into the things that I like to do and that we like to do. So here's my basic beliefs about offensive line and offensive linemen before I get into play. I mean this. They're the best group that you can coach. They are. And why is that? Number one, they're the hardest working. They are. It's funny. Every place I've been, I guess my reputation precedes me, but even in Hamilton coming back there, the players say, Coach, you come in here and they say you're always going to make us work. Like when something else is going on and you may be in individual's time when everybody works, but then special teams will come. And my guys are still going to work. If they're not involved in special teams, we're going to be in the end zone and we're going to be working, because I don't believe that, you can be any good at anything if you don't work at it. So I know that they're the hardest working group. They're the most coachable group on the field. And I believe that for wherever I've been, those guys want to be coached. They want to be good. And so, that's one belief that I will always believe in. They're the toughest. Physically, they're the toughest because they're either going to get hit or they're going to hit somebody every play. But mentally, they have to be the toughest too. And in the CFL, I really believe that because we have so few linemen. I mean, I dress 6 linemen for a game. I have 9 probably on the roster. So, we don't have a great numbers of linemen. So they have to be mentally tough to get through practice, to get through everything you're going to go through. In games, they got to be mentally tough because sometimes they have to play hurt. Along with the quarterback, they're the smartest. And there's no doubt about that, because I say, every play, take a picture. All right. And then react to that picture. Pre-snap is the picture. Post-snap, you have to react to the picture. So they have to be the smartest. Defenses are good. They give you so many different looks, so many different things, that they have to be the smartest player on the field next to the quarterback. And this is probably the most important thing that I believe about offensive linemen. They take more pride in how the group does than how they do. And I don't know if that's true in any other position. Receivers, how many targets did they get? How many catches did they get? Running backs, how many touches did I get in this? The offensive line, the only thing they care about is how the group does. The last 3 years here in Edmonton, we were very fortunate. We led the league in least amount of sacks 2 times, and we were second the other time. And those guys took great pride in that. And I have pictures, the CFL Players Association does a great thing. They give those kids a picture at the end of each year, the guys who've led the league in sacks. And I've got those 3 pictures, or 2 of those pictures, and I have different guys in those pictures. They're not the same guys. So that group bought into how do we perform as a group, not as an individual. Because if the group performs well, I guarantee you the individuals are performing well. So those are just basic beliefs that through my 28 years of coaching the offensive line that I believe in. In my meeting room, I have this. And this goes in every meeting room I've been in. And this is our playing code, what we believe in as a group. We have to work together. 5 guys, if we're wrong, if we make the wrong call, but if all 5 of us are wrong, we have an opportunity to get it right. And what I mean by that, we may ID the mic wrong. We may call out, what we want to do in our slide wrong. But if all 5 of us are doing it wrong, it gives us a better chance than if 3 guys are doing it right and 2 guys are doing it the wrong way. So we have to all work together. Big believer in this. See the game through one set of eyes. Everybody's got to be on the same page. Coach said it earlier, one of the coaches, and I thought it was so valuable. Communication. I believe in verbal communication, but I also believe in nonverbal communication. All right, we have to see things together. We have to know a look, what to expect in a look. And that's through your game planning, through your preparation, through your film watching and everything. But we have to see it through one set of eyes. Trust the guys around you and build trust within yourself. All right. The 4 linemen, they all have to know what you're going to do, just as you have to know what they're going to do. So trust that guy. Trust that and coach, I use the same terms as you do. Trust that if you're working an that front side, I call it the front side in the trail. If I'm the front side guy, I got to trust that trail guy is going to be where he's supposed to be. on our gap scheme, on our counter type scheme. If I'm the post guy, I got to trust that guy who's coming down, he knows what he's doing because he knows what I'm doing. Okay. Have to do what's expected of you on every play. Okay. We have blocking rules just as you have blocking rules. All of you have blocking rules. But at the end of the day, we block looks. All right. And we all have to be on the same page with that. We have to be consistently good, not just good, but consistently good. That to me is what separates a very good offensive line. I thought, and we've had now 2 years to look at it. So I'm really tired of looking at film of all the other teams in the CFL. But I thought Winnipeg, and Marty, you're to be complimented. I thought your guys did things very consistently well. You obviously were a good football team. You won the Grey Cup, but your guys up front were consistently good players. They just weren't good. They were consistently good. The other coaches have said it. Give great effort on every play. When I grade film, I'm grading their technique, but I'm also grading their effort. All right. Because they have to give effort. And then play your very best when it counts the most. All right. Play your very best when it counts the most. I think if you can live by these 7 criteria, you're going to have an outstanding offensive line. And those are things that I preach every day. When they walk into my room, they're going to see this up on the board. It stays there from the first day of training camp to the end of the season. And the other sheets come on, laminated sheets will come on and off the board. This will stay there the entire time. Now the wide zone. As I said, the wide zone is a play within itself. I'm a firm believer in this play. I love this football play. Our basic thing is we want to come running off the ball. All right. There's no hesitancy whatsoever about us. I'm going to get into the rules of the blocking and how we block, and we're going to make it very simple so we can run off the ball. Repetition breeds execution. And what I mean by this, we're going to rep this play to death. All right. I'm always an inside zone guy. Some people call it the tight zone. That's the starting point, I think, of 99.9% of the teams in the CFL, as it is going to be ours. But, we may have 1 and 1A, and this is going to be 1A because we're going to rep this play, because the only way you get good in anything is rep it. And the thing I like about it is we're going to rep it, and we can do it out of many different formations, many different personnel groups. But for my 5 guys, it's the same play. All right. I don't care what it is. I don't care if we're running it to a tight end, we're running away from a tight end, running it to a bunch, running away from a bunch. It's going to be the same thing for us. And again, as I stated in the opening of this, the objective of this play for us is to slice the defense. That's all we want to do. We want to slice the defense. Let me just get this out of the way here for just a second if I can. There you go. Okay. And again, what we're doing, we're not trying to capture your outside. It's not the outside zone. We want to give you the illusion that we're doing that. But what we want to do, we want to make you think that, but we want to get vertical. That's the key to this play. We want to get vertical. Coach asked a great question to John just a minute ago about his footwork with the yard off and so forth. This play to me, the wide zone, it's made for the yard off football. All right, because it gives us a chance to come running off the football, and it gives us a chance to get vertical. The running back, he has a job to do. He's going to stretch the front, and he's going to puncture the defense. All right, he's going to set all of our blocks up. The key to this play, and not many people talk about this, I think the people who understand it do, and I didn't think of this. All right, just as John said, I stole this. All right. If you look at every team that runs the wide zone play, all right, and the 2 best teams in the United States of America, who I had fortunate enough to go visit prior to COVID in 2019, and I spent a week down there, is Appalachian State with Sean Clark, who's now the head coach. He was the offensive line coach, and Dwayne Ledford. Dwayne was the offensive coordinator at Louisville, but now he just went to the Atlanta Falcons as the offensive line coach. Those 2 guys are by far the best of coaching the wide zone of anybody I've ever been around. Okay. They know this play inside and out. And the key that they taught me in this play is if you watch this play, if the center and running back are in phase with one another, this play, it's not going to be stopped. This play has its problems with either the running back is out ahead of the center, or the center, all right, is ahead of the running back and the running back's behind the center. And on film, I'll show you this in a minute. You know, I don't have it on drill tape for you. I haven't, you know, got to Hamilton to do these yet, but here's the drills, because I'm a big pipe guy. You know, I believe in Wiles. This goes back to the Cool Clinic ages and ages ago. I don't know where I picked it up, but we have an 18-inch little PCP pipe, very, very the littlest, you know, width that you can get. And the reason I do that is you'll never see my offensive lineman run over a bag. All right. I don't believe offensive linemen should pick their feet up that much. I want to keep my feet in contact with the ground as much as I can. So we use the littlest diameter of the PCP pipe that we can. And we're going to do everything with those pipes as far as our footworks and our steps. You know, Coach, I'm just like you. I'm a big guy with leverage. You know, my shoulder is going to be over my knee and over my ankle. All right. Leverage to me is the most important thing. I think you create leverage a lot of different ways, but the two simplest ways I know about leverage, if my eyes are underneath your eyes, I probably got leverage. All right. Think about that. If I'm blocking you, if my eyes are underneath your eyes, I probably have leverage. And that's what I want to have. All right. The big thing I want to do is when I step, I'm throwing my hat. I'm throwing my hat and hands into the block. All right. I'm not holding anything back. I'm going to set the boards at a 45-degree angle, because everything I do, guys, and any of my blocking, you know, I used to be, and in the States, I did this all the time. I was the Jim McNally drop step, lose ground to gain position. You know, up here, I don't do that because of the yard off. Everything I teach is a positive step. We are always gaining ground. All right. Even when we pull, we're flat pulling. We're not pulling to lose ground. We're going to flat pull. Because again, that yard off to me is the difference between here and the States. All right. Now, all right, the fit position, just as Coach said, I love that saying. I've never used it, Coach, about your belt buckle. All right. But we're going to bring our hips. And I'm somewhat different than the other speakers, and I'm not saying I'm right. This is just what I believe in. I believe in running through defenders. All right. When I get to the second level, I'm not, you know, too many times I think an issue in any down south, up here, either one, is I see too many guys reaching for those guys. I don't want to reach for them. I want to run through them. All right. And if I run through them, the only way I know to run through something, I have to bring my feet and my body with me. All right. So I'm going to be big on that. Run through the defenders. All right. Feet before the knee. All right. Here's a key point in this play. If the running back, as soon as he sees penetration, if one of my guys gets knocked back on this play, the running back's getting vertical right now. He's getting vertical right now. We're not going to try to run around a block. All right. So if he sees feet coming back towards him, and I'm talking about my feet, the offensive lineman, if he sees us getting pushed back, he's now going to get up the field as fast as he can. He's not going to his initial read, because in the wide zone play, and I'll get to the film in a second to show you what our reads are, but in the wide zone play, we have a wider landmark for the running back. All right. It's the same thing as in the outside zone, because we're trying to show, you know, make the defense thinking we're trying to get to outside. We're going to go for on a ghost tight end, 3 yards behind his outside foot, the same as you would on an outside stretch play. So nothing changes there. But if that tackle gets knocked back, if that guard gets knocked back, that running back is coming off his course now, and he's getting north and south, because if he tries to go laterally, he's going to get caught, and it's going to be a negative play. Okay. Let's go here for a second. I just gotta move the picture. Okay. The why. Okay. Why the wide zone? Okay. Because it's repeatable and flexible. In other words, we can, I told you, we can run it from any personnel group. We can run it from any formation, and the looks to the end. What we can dictate is the looks to the defense, and we're going to keep it simple for the offense. Keep it simple, stupid. All right. That's what we're doing. Okay. The blocking surfaces and the tailback work together. I already told you that. All right. What we want to do is we want to displace the front side, play side, and we want to cut the back side. We want to create running lanes. We want to crease the defense. Okay. Execute it with speed. That's what I mean. Come off the ball. Run off the ball is the most important thing I can tell you. The blocking surfaces, as I said, what's the tailback doing? He's going for that ghost tight end. If you have a tight end, 3 yards behind his outside foot. So his shoulders are going to turn. All right. His shoulder angle is setting up the defense. In other words, and this is my opinion, if a running back's coming downhill, the defense is coming downhill. If the running back's going at an angle, the second level of the defense is going at an angle. He's helping us displace the defense by his angle. Eliminate the guesswork. When I show you the rules of this play, you're going to say it's not that simple. You're not telling us everything. I promise you, what I'm telling you tonight is how we run the play. All right. What we want to do at the end of the day, we want to get our hat in proper position. We get our hat in proper position, we think we're going to be very good in this play. The number one job of the offensive line is to define the read for the running back. Define the read for the running back. You know, I used to be a guy, and you know, I look back on it now and I shake my head. As much yardage as John Cornish gained in 12 and 13 on this, I probably cost him yardage. All right, because I always used to tell him, on your 5th step, make your decision. That's bullshit. You make your decision on your 3rd step, you execute it on your 5th step. Because why? Again, I know on my 3rd step as a running back where I'm taking this thing, but I'm going to set those blocks up on 2 more steps for my lineman. That's a key point in this wide zone play. All right, the coaching points. Okay, our alignment. All right, we're going to align on the ball. Okay, our guard's fingertips are going to be on the laces of the center's foot. Our backside tackle, he may take a bigger split. We're going to take standard splits. Normally on this play, or normally on a running play, I should say, if you're running inside, what's the old rule? You open up your splits. If you're running outside, what do? You cut down your splits. On this one, we're going to take our base splits. All right, and our base splits are 18 inches. I'm not a big, we're not going to split you out wide. All right, we're going to take our 18-inch splits. That's our starting point. The backside tackle, depending on the alignment, he may take a little split. He may cheat his split. Okay. Again, the offensive line job is to find the read for the running back. We talked about that. Fight to get play side armpit and get vertical. All right. We're reaching for the play side armpit and we're trying to get vertical from the guard back. From the guard back, not the play side tackle. All right. That's important. I'll tell you his thing in a minute. Front side tackle, get to your landmark. All right. His landmark is right down the middle of the defensive end. Very simple for the play side tackle. We want to knock the edge player off his spot. That's all I want to do. I don't care if it's vertically off his spot. I don't care if it's horizontally off his spot. As long as we move the edge player off his spot, this play is going to be successful. So he's coming right down the middle of the guy. In case the guy wants to come inside, in case the guy goes outside, we're coming right down the middle of him with our aiming point. All right. From everybody else, never get beat away from your help. And I don't care what running play you're running. That's a play I've heard it said earlier. Don't get beat away from your help. All right. So depending on the look, all right, the play side guard, his help's going to be inside. All right. So never get beat outside. All right. The tackle, depending on the look, where's his help? His help is inside. Don't get beat outside. Never get beat away from your help. Offensive line responsibility is the play side gap. Coach said it. Where's your gap? The play side gap is my responsibility. Play side gap takes precedent over anything else. Anything else, I'm blocking my play side gap. What do we want to do? We want to create some kind of wall on the backside. I'll tell you the reason, or one of the big reasons why I believe we were so successful in 12 and 13 running the wide zone, and it's somewhat changed in the CFL. You can't cut second level linebackers now. In the old days, we could cut second level linebackers. We'd make a living out of cutting them. All right. And I mean, we had cut a highlight films of the cut blocks on the second level. We can't cut the second level linebacker now. So what do we have to do? We have to run him. We have to get in contact, run him and run through him. The first level we can cut. All right. Blocking rules. Very simple on the play side. Am I covered or uncovered? That's my rule. Am I covered or uncovered? That's the only thing I have to worry about. Now here's something, and I know there's other CFL guys in here, but I'll tell you this. All right. A 2 or a 3 technique, guard's covered. If we get an inside shade on the guard, for me, the guard is uncovered. I treat that as an uncovered. All right. For the guard. Why? Because what my center is going to do. So if you're covered, you climb block at a 45-degree angle. So we're always going to, as I told you, we're going to climb, we're going to gain ground. If you look at our footwork, if this is my post foot, and this is my outside foot. My first step is an out and up step. You know, I call it a positive step. It's a positive step. It's not a weight transfer. We're not dropping it. We're going to take a positive step with that at a 45-degree angle. I want to get my hat in the armpit. I've said that earlier. All right. I want to plant the grenade, and the grenade is my inside hand. I want to plant the grenade, all right, in what I call the sweet meat. All right. The sweet meat is underneath the armpit. That's where I'm planting. I'm planting that hand underneath the armpit. All right. And I'll show you why we do that in a minute. If you're uncovered, real simple, we're going to flat pull. All right. If we're uncovered, we're going to flat pull. We're going to take 3 steps, and then we're going to decide what we're going to do. If color's away, we're going to climb. If color hangs, we're going to punch the color over. All right. To the lead blocker. All right. And we have to do it on the 3rd step. If we can't go 4 or 5 steps, it's too late. All right. If the color comes to me, I'm going to overtake it, and I'm going to work vertical. Okay. If I'm covered, I'm going to come off at 45 degrees. All right. If that color goes away from me, goes inside, I'm getting vertical because I'm climbing to the 2nd level. And it's as simple as that. All right. Now, the backside. Okay. First of all, where's the point? All right. We all go off the point. So we're going to point to the backer we're going to go to. All right. We're going to identify the first backer at 2nd level, and the backside people, they're responsible for the 2nd backer. It's that easy. All right. So the center, play side guard, play side tackle, some way we're going to take care of the point. All right. Backside, we're going to take care of the 2nd backer behind the point. All right. If we're cutting a down lineman, we want to aim for the next defensive lineman play side. All right. We're not aiming for him. We're going for the next one. All right. We're going to throw late, and we're going to throw vertical. We're going to throw late, and we're going to throw vertical. If I'm blocking a 2nd level defender, and now here's a key point. All right. Aim for the play side point. So in other words, I may be blocking the will linebacker, but I'm going to take a path that will put me to the mic, where the mic is. That way I'm going to be able to run that player. Again, when we could cut it, cut that man, it was different. But now, because of the angle of the back and how those linebackers should react, all right, we now are going to aim for the play side backer. And that's going to put us in a junction point for the backside backer or the 2nd man. All right. And I say tempo through the play side number based on defender's alignment. In other words, what we're going to, if that guy wants to hang, we're still going to the play side number. If that guy's going fast and we take a good angle to go to the mic, there's a good chance that we're going to get to be covering him up and to run through him, as I said. If he's out in front of us so much, we'll now run through the backside number, but still run through him, not reach for him. All right. Oops, let's go here. Let me go out of this. Now, as I said, okay, what we did, as I said, the last time that I ran this play, and because in Edmonton we didn't run it, we will run this play in Hamilton. What I did is I talked to my video guy, and as you guys all know, that in Eastern Ontario right now, we're shut down. We can't get into the offices. We can't get into the building. So the video guy couldn't get me 2014 or 2013 tape from Calgary. So what I did is I made a cut up of the people who I went to visit, you know, and that was, I looked at the last year in this COVID, I've looked at every clip film from Appalachian State and Louisville. And this is them running these plays, okay? But we'll coach you up through it because this is what we're going to do. These are versus all fronts. All right. So here, all right, the play is going to be run to the right. So it's an under tight defense. All right. So I want you to watch the tackle. All he's trying to do is he's coming right down the middle of that guy and knocking him off his spot. All right. What's the play side guard going to do? He's covered. All right. He's got a wide 3-4 eye. We're considering that guard covered. He's going to try to overreach this guy. All right. That guy goes out. He can't get there, but he's coming off the ball. What's that center going to do? He's going to flat pull. He's not losing ground. He's going to flat pull, and he's going to read the color of that 4-eye. Does that 4-eye, 1, 2, 3, color doesn't come to him? He has nothing to push, nothing to take. He's going to climb. What's that backside guard going to do? He's uncovered. So he's going to flat pull. He's going to come to take over that nose. Ideally, try to cut him. All right. But the nose goes with the center. So he can't cut him. So he's got to run him. What's that backside tackle going to do? He's going to try to get inside that 4-eye. If that 4-eye comes with him, he's now going to cut him or take him. That's a poor cut. He should have had an opportunity to cut him. If that 4-eye was to jump outside, he would now climb. Look at the path he's taken. His angle is taking him in that direction to the Mike linebacker, because there's the point. Okay. There's the second man. So one of these two guys are really responsible for that backside backer, but that 4-eye won't let us inside. So we're going to take the 4-eye because that's my gap. And now, this thing here, you have a fullback in the CFL. You could have a receiver coming on a hit. You could have a receiver coming on a punch, something across the formation. He's going to take care, all right, of what amounts to the C gap defender. And there he is. And there's the play. What's the running back do? I want you to watch the running back in the center. To me, they're in phase with one another. Okay? They're in phase with one another. And he's enabled, again, on your third step, make a decision. On your fifth step, execute the decision. Poor job of a cut there. If he feels feet is coming to him, this running back feels feet is coming to him, what's he going to do? He's going to get vertical right now. Right now, get vertical. All right. As I said to you guys, we have blocking rules, but we block looks. All right. To me, this is a 5-man box. All right. We've got enough offensive players to block all 5 of these guys. What's this tackle going to do? This right tackle is going to knock him off his spot. What's this guard going to do? We treat a 2 as a 3. All right. He's going to overreach that 3 technique or 2 technique. What's that center going to do? He's uncovered. So he's going to flat pull, and on his third step, he's going to make a decision. If there is color hanging, he's going to take it over. And now he's going to knock that guard over. Poor job here, but on the backside, we're going to cut this guy. That's a poor cut. That's how we would block it, a cut, and we would base this guy. Why? Because there's 5 defenders in the box. We would make a call, a Cinco call, 5-man box. We're going to get all 5 of them blocked. Okay? What's this running back going to do? Look at the tilt of his shoulders. He now has dictated how that linebacker should play. Look at that linebacker. That linebacker ain't coming downhill because this running back's not coming downhill. That linebacker's going over the top. So what's this? He's going over the top because of the angle of that back. So it enables the guard to get off to the second level, and there's the cut. One thing I believe about the wide zone is this, and Coach, you said it earlier. In the inside zone, I want to block the line of scrimmage, and I want to be slow to the second level. I think the wide zone allows you to block the first and second level and take it to the third level. That's the difference, I think. That's just my belief. All right. Play here is going to the left. All right. I would call this, an eagle type, an eagle front, a double eagle. I've got 2-3 techniques, a 3. This guy's a 4, more of a 4 than a 3. But we're going to go, all right, out to that man. That man has already displaced himself for that tackle, so the life is easy for the tackle. What's that guard going to do? He's going to overreach the 3. What's that center going to do? Hey, that guard is covered. It doesn't matter if I'm covered or not. If the play side guard is covered, I'm going to flat pull. All right. Backside guard, I'm uncovered. I'm flat pulling. Okay. Backside tackle, what am I going to do? I'm going to flat pull, knowing that I'm going to climb through this gap. Now, this is, they have an issue here on this play. Obviously not a very good cut block. This guy has now taken himself out of the play. All right. Here's the point. There's the point. That's who one of these 2 guys are going to get, the center of the guard. All right. So now this backside tackle is taking an angle for that man to block this man. Now he gets cut off here because the right guard doesn't do a very good job. But look at the point of attack. Watch this play. All right. Here's the running back's first read. There's his second read. All right. He's reading, does the tackle knock at the end off his spot? Okay. He knocks his end off his spot. Now, what happens to that 3 technique? Okay. That 3 technique got reached. I'm taking it outside, and there's the lane. All right, play's going to go to the left. Again, what is it? It's an under front. All right, what's that left tackle got to do? He's got to knock 3 off his spot. The best way I know to knock the guy off his spot is to come off the damn ball. That tackle came off the ball with leverage. Okay, what's that guard going to do? He's going to overreach the 3. The 3 fights the reach block because he thinks the play's going outside. So he's trying to stretch it to that's his gap. He's going to hold that gap. What's the center going to do? He's got a shade on him. It doesn't matter. The front side guard's covered. I'm going to flat pull. 3rd step, I'm going to either block color, push color 2, back to my guard, or I'm going to climb. Climb now. All right. What's the backside guard going to do? He's got an opportunity to cut, slice the defense. What's the backside tackle going to do? He's got the B gap. He gets inside the 4-eye this time, or the 4 technique. Who's he going for? He's running through this guy's heels to run to that spot. And watch what happens to 7. He gets there. He just doesn't do a very good job of it. He turns back. You got to run through him. But again, there's the lane. All right. Now, okay, now they're running. Again, as I told you, you can run any personnel grouping, different set. So here's a tight end off the ball. All right, off the ball. So what is this tight end? And these two are working together, but what's this tackle doing? He's just trying to knock him off his spot. Okay, this guy gets a piece. All right. And if he wants to run with him, the tackle can be able to climb. Nothing changes, right? It's the same play. Guard's covered. What am I going to do? I'm going to overreach. I can't get there because he's fighting outside. Poor first step, I'd say, by the guard. Love the center here. Watch the center. Flat pull. He's not losing ground. Flat pull right along the line. Okay, by his 3rd step, he knows he's climbing. All right. Where's this running back going? He's going for 3 yards behind the outside leg, or the outside leg of that tight end. Look at his shoulder pads. Look what it does to that guy and that guy. They are not coming downhill. They're going laterally because they're trying to think you're trying to get outside. You're not trying to get outside. On his 3rd step, he's got feet coming to him. He's got to cut up. We don't do a very good job here, but that doesn't matter. He knows that if feet are coming to me, I get vertical right now because I trust that we can slice the defense. Great job on the backside. There's the point. There's the point. One of these 2 guys are responsible for the second man, the first past the point. So it's the right guard, left guard here. Again, this is not an outside zone. This is a wide zone. We're not running it in here. We're running it wide. Could go there, could go there, could go there. Okay. Here's a bunch formation. All right. Nothing changes. You got tight end. You got a bunch on the backside with a fullback in the backfield. So again, any personnel group you wanted to run it off of. Okay. Now, different scenario. Guard's uncovered, right? Guard's uncovered. So now, if you're uncovered, what do? You flat pull by your 3rd step. If this man came inside, you take it over. If this man goes outside by your 3rd step, you cut it up. Here's the point. Again, not a very good cut on the backside, but even that being said, there it is. If you can slice the defense, you have a running lane. Slow to the hole, fast once you determine where the hole is. He's slow to the hole, now he goes fast. All right. Different scenario. All right, now they're running it with a tight end. He's just in the backfield. All right, so visualize him there. He's going to block him here. All right, so what do they have? He's uncovered. So now these 2 are working together. All right. Center's now covered. Okay, this guard is not covered. All right, so now the center knows he's going to overreach that guy. What's the backside guard knows? He knows the center's working here, so I'm going to flat pull. All right. Color comes to me, I'll take it. Color stays here. By my third step, I'm going to determine what to do. All right. Again, there's the point. Backside, that's who they're responsible for. All right, again, to a tight end. Remember what I said. We consider a 2-eye, the guard's not covered. That's the center's responsibility. All right, so again, he's going to knock him off the spot. He's going to now flat pull. Here it comes. Okay, here's the point. Because you have a tight end, he'll take care of 10. All right, so there's the point. So now backside, they're going to have to work to 7. But look how 58, look where 58 goes to work to 7. Flat pull. He's reading this guy because the center's covered. Color's there. Third step, I knock him back to the center. Let the center take him over. I went for my angle, but now who am I going to block? This guy. And again, watch how the linebackers attack it. They're attacking it flat. They're not attacking it downhill. Why? Because they're not sure, are you going outside or not? If you're going outside, it makes no sense to attack it downhill and let the back get out there. Okay, play's going to be run to the left. Again, to a tight end. So you run it to a 3-man surface. So these two will take care of those two. Center's covered. Overreach your cover. Flat pull on the backside. Read the nose. Backside tackle. B gap. Okay, you got a 4-eye, but what's that 4-eye do? He goes outside. So there's the point. All right, watch his angle. I want you to watch his angle. That's my fault, not this one. This will be the next one. Watch the center though. Okay, overreach, he comes here. Watch their angles. There's the angle I'm talking about. Again, that center's trying to get vertical, and that should put you on a path to cut that guy off. I mean, here's the issue, right? Can you get the backside cut? And I think with the yard off, it's easier in the CFL to cut block. Because the guy's not right there now. You got time to flat pull and run. And again, you're trying to run past him to cut him. I'm not trying to cut him here. I'm trying to run past him to cut him. Two more, and I'll let you, that'll be it. I want to show you this one to the wide angle, just so you can see. Again, you can run it, and imagine with all our waggling and motion, so we can do any, this is a beautiful thing right here to me. So let's look at it. Different type body types, okay? Those guys at Appalachian State, a little bit more undersized, This guy doesn't look that athletic, that center, all right? But watch him. To me, the rule, the fronts, you block the fronts, covered, uncovered, real easy, play side. All right, if I'm covered, I'm overreaching. If I uncover, I'm flat pulling. Third step, make a decision. Look at this. Watch how they're in phase with one another. Right there, they're in phase. Third step, make your decision. Fifth step, execute your decision. Same thing. Again, look at the front. Okay, run it to a tight end. Knock that man off his spot. Well, hell, that guy's running off his spot. He's blocked him for us. Right guard covered, try to reach. Yeah, you may not be able to reach him, but look at speed off the ball. If he goes outside, knock him outside. Center, guards covered, flat pull. Third step, make your decision. Color should there, block it, punch it back. Color comes to you, block it. Color runs away from you, climb. cut the backside, slice the backside. I think in all these, they have sliced the defense. And then why do they slice? How can they do it? By running off the football. Okay, last one. Just gives you, look how they all come off the ball. They're running off the ball. Does it get outside sometimes? Yes. Why? Because watch what happens. Okay. If the end jumps inside, this guy's coming right down his middle. If he comes inside, now you hook him. Okay. What did I say? That's the running back's first read. That's his second read. First read, jumps inside, take it outside. You know, this guy gets too much, right? Guy comes inside, get vertical. What I say, get vertical. Count on him being there. Don't get beat away from your help. Your help's inside. You're covered. You know you got help inside. Initially, great angle. Look at his angle. He's aiming for taking an angle to run through his heels. Aim for where the point is. If he stays on that angle, he'll intercept 6. He hiccups, what I call hiccups. He takes a hiccup, false step, get vert. You want to get this angle to get off to be able to block that guy. And I said in the old days when we could cut him, it was a lot better, but we could still run this play because we're going to take the proper angle and run through that man, not reach for him. Oh, there's one more. Let's see what this last one looks like. Okay, shit, we see this defense in the CFL. That's the box we see all the time. There it is. That's our box. Base defense. Guards covered, overreach, center, flat pull, tackle, knock 10 off his spot. You know, he kind of pity patters him. Run off the ball. I'd call this, he oozes into the block. This ain't an ooze block. You're going right down the middle of that guy, running off the ball. Again, angle for that to get this guy. If he wants to backdoor you on this play, that's fine. This play's here to here. It cuts up here, he's going to be there. He's going to be on a different level. He's going to have to catch it from behind. You know, here's an example. They try to play it downhill. Look at this linebacker. He just blocked himself by coming downhill on the wide zone. Because that's where it'll hit or should hit. Get out of this. Oops, sorry. Okay, these are just some final points if I could. I believe this, and I heard this at Wild. I think it was Steve Looney said this years ago while I was at your clinic. If you don't run a play 4 or 5 times, you're not doing the play or the players justice, and I believe in that. You know, guys, it doesn't matter the volume of plays you have. That's the biggest thing that I believe. You know, you can have 100 plays. You know, we can all sit here and diagram a play, this, that, or the other. But if you don't run a play 4 or 5 times a game, you're not giving the play what it's due, or you're not giving your players the chance to be successful at the plays. You know, so, and I'll tell you right now, okay, in Hamilton, we're going to be an inside zone and a wide zone team. That's what we're going to be, okay? And we're going to live with those plays, and we're going to make the fucking go. I have to be quiet because my family's around, all right? We're going to make the play go. I promise you that. Here's something I thoroughly believe. Explain the play before you get into the assignments of the rules. Explain what you're trying to do with the play. Don't just say, this is your rules on this play. This is what we're doing. We want to explain the play. What are we trying to do? On the wide zone, we're trying to crease the defense, slice it up. All right. And here's why, and here's how. If I had my druthers, you were asked me, I'd say run the inside zone to a shade, run the wide zone to a 3. All right. If we package plays, if we have an inside zone called and it's a 3 technique, you may see us change it to the wide zone. All right. If we got the wide zone and it's a shade, you may see us change it to the inside zone. That's what I believe. And then finally, there's my email address. If I can ever be of any assistance to you, don't hesitate to get a hold of me. I'd be more than happy to, talk about this play more, or talk about, different things that whatever you want to talk about. But again, let me just get out of here for a second. I think the guys tonight did a great job with their presentations. It was well-rounded, a lot of things, I love the pass drills and what you're doing, Marty. Some really good stuff there. I believe in a clinic if you go to a clinic and you pick up one or two things, you've made yourself a better coach. You may not like some of the things guys said. You may not like what I said. That's fine. It may say, okay, I don't like that, so I'm not doing that. That you picked up something. All right. And that's what clinics are all about. I think offensive line coaches share more than anybody at any other position. Why? Because we all just said it. We don't invent things. We steal things. We copy people things. Now you add your flavor to it, your personality to the play, to the drill, whatever it might be, but we all do a lot of the same things. And again, I'm very fortunate. The only job I've ever had is coaching. All right. And I'm getting up there in age, but I still love to coach. All right.
No.
It's a number. It's just a number.
Don't say age. Don't say, John, no, nobody's getting up in age.
Wow. So I look at, okay, your pictures can be deceiving.